Hey guys, so now I'm going to do the same video I did for girls' names yesterday, which is the names from 1989 that were the least popular, the best and worst of the least popular. So these are the names, only 5 boys were named these in 1989. I'm going to try and go through these quick because I had such a horrible time editing the girl one. So hopefully the boys will be faster. And I'm going to start with the ones that I liked or thought were kind of cool. The first one is Branch, and I think it's just kind of a cool name if you're into naturey names. It's an uncommon one. I think it sounds cool for a boy. I don't think it sounds very girly, which a lot of nature names can be kind of girly. The next one is Cicero, which is such a cool name, and it means chickpea in Latin, which is kind of a funny meaning, but I like it, and it still has the same popularity today. Only 5 boys were named Cicero in 2011. And I kind of like it because it reminds me of the place Chicago, but not in a really obvious way, because there's the Cell Block Tango. One of the girls says Cicero in the background. The next one is Costas or Costas. And Costa, without the S, is a Latin name meaning steadfast or constant. And I like it with the S sound on the end, Costas, or you could say Costas, and that reminds me of the Spanish word for coast. The next one is Dash, which could be short for some other names that are popular now, and I just think it's a cool sounding name. It's only gone up a little bit. It's not very popular still. It was number 133 in 2011. The next one is really cool, I think, and it's Dexton. And I think this would be a great alternative to the name Dexter if you liked that name. And it has the same meaning as Dexter. It means one who dies, or a dyer, not someone who dies like the end of their life, like dying with colors, with dyes. The next name is Jet, which is a cool name. It's a little more popular, spelled with 2 T's, but I think it's cool with 1 T. And it's not very popular with 1 T. With 2 T's, it was number 917 in 2011, and it was only 141 with 1 T. The next name is Joss, which is a cool name and reminds me of Joss Whedon. And I thought for sure because of Joss Whedon, this name would be a lot more popular now than it was in 1989, but it's not. It's only 11 baby boys in 2011 were named Joss. But I wonder if maybe people think it sounds like a girly name, because I kind of think it does. The next one is Link, which for most people today it will remind them of the game Zelda. But I think Link is a cool name. It's actually short for Lincoln, and it means settlement by the lake, and it's a Welsh name. The next name is March, and March wasn't on the list at all for 2011. I think March is a really cool name. It's obviously just a month, the month name, or maybe after the word March. But I think it's a great month name because almost all the other month names are used for girls. But I think this is a very masculine sounding one, and I really like the way it sounds. The next one is Rome, which is on my favorites list, although I like Roman a little better. And it's number 108 in 2011. So it's slightly more popular, but still not very popular. And then the last one that I liked is Thatcher, which I just think has a cool sound to it. Thatcher is an occupation name, and it was number 164 in 2011, so it's slightly more popular, but still nowhere near huge. So I think it's cute. It kind of reminds me of the name Fletcher, which I first heard Fletcher in the movie Liar Liar, and I love that movie. Okay, so now moving on to the more fun names. I can't believe people named their son that names. There are 5 men, 22 or 23 years old today, walking around named these names. First one is Adidas. Like, guys, I know you like sports and stuff like that, but you don't need to name your kid a sports brand, okay? The next one is Benajmin. I don't know was this a dyslexic person writing this on the birth certificate? I don't know, but I mean, clearly it looks so much like Benjamin. If you thought Benajmin sounded cool, first of all, it doesn't. Second of all, your kid's going to get called Benjamin all his life, so yeah. The next one is Billy Ray, and Billy Ray Cyrus was getting popular in the 80s, so I think that's where this one came from. I just think it's kind of funny. The next one is Brucelee, which you can totally see where this one came from. But when it's spelled together like this, it looks like Brucelee, like cutesy, kind of girly sounding. I don't know. Not manly. The next one is colon, and spelt this way, just like your colon, where you poop from. Good job, Mom and Dad. The next one is Danish. And it's just funny, it reminds me of a Danish like you would eat for breakfast, although I guess it could be the nationality as well. The next one is Detroit, which looks like you tried to spell destroy, but you spelled it wrong. But I think that's just dumb sounding. The next one is dock, which just seems like either a really random word to use, like a dock on a lake, or else like doc, like short for doctor, which is also weird. Next one is fard, which just reminds me of fart, so I thought it was funny. Next one is female. Okay, I don't know why anyone would ever name their son female. I just don't understand. Let's see, the next one is Josephat, which I found is an African name meaning God has judged, but it just sounds like you so fat, or like Josephat. You shouldn't name your kid something that has fat in it. Bad call. Next one is cool. Like, were you trying to sound like cool, or like cool? It's just so like weird sounding, because it looks like cool, but when you say it, it looks like it should be pronounced cool, like Yule, cool. The next one, this was popular in the girls' names too. Apparently, it makes a name cool if you add la to it, but with the boys, we also added l, so we get La Kelvin, La Cedric, La Terrence, La Daryl, La Baron, Le Charles, Le Mario, and Le Royal, or Le Royal. So, super cool names right there. Not. The next one made me laugh a little, which is Lefty. I mean, did they know their kid was going to be left-handed when he was born? Or, like, did they just want him to be, like, really far left politically? Or I don't know what that's about. Next two are clearly coming from basketball. We have Magic and Oneill, from, like, Magic Johnson and Shaquille O'Neal, I'm assuming. Which, yeah. The next one is Magnum, which just reminds me, isn't that a condom brand, I think? I don't know. The next one is Maison, which means house in French, so it's just kind of weird. And then we have Fat, P-H-A-T, Fat. That's just horrible. That's just stupid. Then we have Roly, which reminds me of the little dog from the 101 Dalmatians. The fat puppy was named Roly. And then we have Sinjin, which I put this name on because, first of all, it's a weird-looking name, but second of all, I knew one of these 5 boys named Sinjin. There was 5 boys born in 1989 in the U.S. named Sinjin, and one of them was in my first grade class. And then he moved, and I never saw him again, but I thought it was kind of funny that I happened to know one of them. And then, oh, and he was really mean. I didn't like him. The next one is Sircharles. Very royal. The next one is Ski, which I guess ski could be kind of cool, just kind of weird. Then we have Trellis, which isn't that something that you like grow flowers on, a trellis? Doesn't sound very like manly to me. Then we have Woodie, which you can figure out for yourselves why that sounds horrible. And the last one, why would you name your kid Yogi? Like Yogi Bear? I mean, why? I don't know. You tell me. So, those were my best and worst boys' names of 1989 that only 5 men were named them. So, I don't know. Do any of you know, like, one of 5 lefties walking around? Benajmin? I don't know. Any of you who know these guys? Which name was your favorite? Which name was your least favorite? Leave a comment or a video response. Thanks for watching.